don't like your fight stick, mister.
I don't like your fight stick neither.
Let's have ourselves
a shootout.
Why are we here today?
To shoot out our sticks.
That's damn right, because you know what? People come to us all the time and like, which one do I get?
They say, guys, we're a loyal subscriber to your YouTube.
Always
we
have
visit
been.
your website.
Like, we've been there for 10 years.
We bought
with
all
you
that
guys.
merch. What fight stick should I buy?
They're like, you guys play Killer Instinct and you play Street Fighter at the highest level and you're both okay at Mortal Kombat.
Oh, that's because of the net code.
Yeah. But they say, what fight stick should I get? What do you guys have? Because we see our review videos. You know we got them. We got them hanging out all over. I got boxes of them over here.
Boxes, yeah.
So, we're going to break down the 2 most popular, best options for next gen. I asterisk that because there's a lot of options out there that are for PS3 and Xbox.
Old school gens is what we call them around these parts.
Yeah, we're not looking to get classical with it. We're trying to get modern with it. So, we bring to you today your
MadCatz Tournament Edition 2.
Right, which is probably the most popular stick on the market by far. And here we have this up-and-coming contender from Hori, the RAP 4. Now this guy, we do have an individual review video on, so we're not going to talk too much about each individual component, but we want to talk about how they stack up with each other and what might help you guys make a decision and
an informed purchase.
An informed purchase. That's a great way to say it. Consumer. Yeah, my little consumers. Now you both notice we do have a couple of modifications of these things, but for the most part, they're basically stock. Right? There's nothing underneath the hood that's going to wow either one of our decisions on what we would get here. We've got some different categories that we're going to talk about, and we're going to start off with price. Yeah, because you've only got so much money. Mom only gave me so much Christmas dollars. What am I going to do with them? Mom, the money. So, this guy came to us at a base price of $149.99 American.
American dollars.
She's been on sale lately all over the place.
Amazon's getting dirty with them discounts.
$119. I've seen it as low as $99.
Yes.
A $100 bill would purchase you this fight stick without modifications, as you can see. It'd just be the stock version. Now, this guy, what's this guy run you?
Well, that's a good question, Mr. Combo. The TE2 for PS4/PS3,
right,
or Xbox One will run you $199.99. Now, that said, there are numerous editions of the TE2. Like, there is the Killer Instinct one. It's got the LED lights. It's super sexy.
Yeah.
Same stick, just Killer Instinct stuff and LEDs. Okay.
The new hype is all about the Chun-Li stick, which is the same thing but with new artwork, new colors.
Right. So the Killer Instinct, I don't think is in manufacturing anymore. So you're going to spend upwards of $400, $500 if you want to find that. The Chun-Li stick for Street Fighter V, which is coming out, that's a PS4 exclusive, obviously.
Yeah, PS4 exclusive because of the exclusivity of Street Fighter V. But that's $229 for
That's $229, and that is most likely already done for in pre-orders. Like, you probably can't get it unless you find it aftermarket, in which you're probably again going to pay $400 or $500 for.
Now, in terms of price and what you're getting with it, this guy comes with the Hayabusa stick. This guy comes with the Sanwa stick. There's pros and cons to each. Both are pro-level sticks. End of story. It's a preference on which one you like more.
Totes.
A lot of people have come over to the Hayabusa due to the shape and the way that it responds. But the Sanwa has had basically zero complaints on it from the beginning. So they're both quality in terms of those things. The next big thing you're using most of course, is the buttons.
Yep.
The MadCatz doesn't come with like its own buttons per se. It comes with the Sanwa buttons.
It comes with Sanwa buttons, which are pretty high-end buttons.
They are the tried and true.
Yep.
Probably one of the best things you can get.
And I kept those, so it's the same buttons. I just got different colors.
These are different colors.
Same buttons that it comes with.
Now this guy, these black ones that you see here, these are the ones that come with it that are stock. And these are what you find in any arcade in Japan. This is the style of button. However, these two here are replacement Sanwa buttons. Because again, Sanwa does have some really good reviews. It's basically the most trusted button, and it's super loud. It has that distinct click to it that everybody likes to get. These guys are a little spongier. So, based on what we're seeing here, they both do what they're supposed to do very, very well.
Yep.
But there is a gigantic price difference, and I don't necessarily want to award a value to either of those because we're going to talk about the two sticks more, and then you can decide if the price is worth it for you.
For you.
Right,
Yep.
exactly.
Most definitely. But if you wanted to buy one, though, which one's got the best availability?
Now, the way that this was acquired is this was a birthday gift to Mr. TJ Campo.
Well, actually, it turned into a Christmas gift.
It became it was like a New Year's gift eventually, I think, yeah. And the reason for that is that this gentleman here was ever so kind, and he's like, hey, if you could get a stick, what would you get? And I was like, well, I'd like to get a TE2. However, availability was horrendous.
So, it's almost, at the time of this filming, in the last months, it seems, the TE2 is like a myth amongst gamers. Like, you go on Amazon, and it's like, we'll ship it to you when it's in stock, which it never becomes in stock. You go on the website, sold out, you know.
We literally had it pre-ordered for months.
Yep.
And it never showed up, never appeared. And it's really frustrating when you go on Twitter and you could only see the people that were getting them were the ones who were at events. So if you just happen to be at Combo Breaker or you were at, Evo or whatever, and they had boxes of them, and they're like, look at all these fight sticks that we're selling out of today. And it's like, well, where's mine that I paid for months ago? And because of that, and as Street Fighter V was starting to approach, I really wanted to have a stick in hand when it came out. I said, I would like to change my order. Let's get the Hori. And that is because Hori is an incredibly trusted brand on this side of the table.
Oh yeah.
We've done reviews on multiple products, and they've all been quality.
And these are never out of stock. You can go on Amazon right now, and I guarantee you'll be like, boom, we'll ship that to you in a couple days.
Yeah, you get yourself a Benjamin Franklin and an internet connection, and you could have one of these at your house in a couple days.
Benjamin Franklin would like adjust his little glasses and be like, ain't that some shit?
Yeah, he'd be impressed. Features.
Features.
That's what I always say. Like when I'm buying a fight stick, make features.
So people are like, features? Well, does it press buttons? Does it have like the capability to plug into the system? That's not what we mean.
No, let's talk about features. These things are made for a very, very specific goal, and it's fight games. Mm-hmm. And they do it very, very well. So they typically don't include a whole lot on top of that. This guy does have like the touchpad for PS4 on top. This one does not have a touchpad because they don't have that on Xbox.
That's true.
No reason to have one.
Yep.
Really the only thing that these have in addition, I would say in terms of like technical features, is this does have the turbo mode that this one does not. That being said, it's a completely worthless feature that I don't anticipate using ever.
Yeah, so this has the lock button where you can lock like the pause buttons and stuff like that, which is a pretty cool feature. Okay.
This does have a mode where you can adjust the sensitivity of the stick as well. So that's just more of like a preference thing if you're trying to make the stick feel a little more loose or a little tighter in terms of how responsive it is. Because nobody wants a loose stick laying around, floppy. But it's not, again, those are just their small basic features.
Yep.
The things that they're meant to do is have a very responsive functioning stick and nice responsive buttons to go with it.
However,
and that they do.
This does have
an easy to open access hatch.
Right here.
Anybody can get into.
Boom. Open it up. You've got inside, you've got a storage for other buttons if you need so. You can keep your breakaway cable in here. Easy access for modding. Comes with its own tool for modifications. So I would count these as a feature.
Which takes us to our next thing, which is customization. And this one is, this one's kind of a weird category because this is something that MadCatz excels in quite a bit due to this one little feature right here.
Yep, so, and with the opening up, you can unscrew. This loosens up this bevel thing, and then you can take out the plastic and then put in your own artwork, which they even provide you with Photoshop templates.
They give you a template, which is super cool.
And you just cut it out, put it in, and bada boom, bada bang, as they say.
Got yourself a graphic. This one, I've seen some people do it. It does not have that removable faceplate. You'd have to pull all of this stuff off. You take off this piece of plastic. You can remove the graphic and then kind of lay it back down. It's not customizable in that kind of a way, in my opinion, because it might come up and bubble up later and look yucky.
Right.
So we went with a different route, obviously. We went with our Darth Vader, Lord Vader theme here. So we got our lightsaber and then the chest plate style colorings for the faceplate and button combo. But this guy definitely wins in terms of customization options just for the faceplate.
What about durability? Can you beat the snot out of these?
God, I seriously think you could for a really long time. And you know the best part is everything's replaceable.
That's true. And for low cost.
And you know what's cool? I could be like, oh no, my button went out. Do you have a button that I could use?
Well, yes I do, Timmy. Open up, here's a spare button.
Screwdriver later, button switch, call it a day.
Yep.
So that's really cool because these things are all interchangeable. I mean, there's nothing on his stick that couldn't go in mine and vice versa. That being said, the only thing would probably be the 24mm buttons are a little smaller. These you have to order, but these are all 30mm buttons.
Yep.
So the actual gameplay stuff that you'd be really banging on, these are always easy to change out if you need to.
But in terms of shootouts, I think they both went out. Like they're both super sturdy sticks. Like you're fine either way.
Absolutely. And sometimes this piece just kind of feels like a shell, you know, more so than anything.
Right.
And sometimes the shell can just be a little bit more of a preference. We did a mini review earlier, and I mentioned that using the mini stick, it's really comfortable on your lap. I mean, it's not any weight to it. It's not bulky. If I'm sitting in a chair that's got arms on it and stuff, you know, it's just convenient.
Yep.
So if you really don't like a super heavy stick kind of weighing down in your lap and you're not going to play with this on a desktop, this might be maybe a bad choice because I think yours is a little heavier than mine. It's got some tools. It's got
for the
a little more size to it. Yeah.
For the laps, well, that is the thing though. But mine has a very nice cushion down here for lap work, where yours also has a cushion, but this one, if you'll feel the difference wise.
There's also there's cushions on both, and this one's a little squishy. You could glue on more cushions to these if you wanted to. That'd be a very easy add-on that would not affect the gameplay in any way. So this is the TE2. I have heard online a few negative things talking about the new edition of the TE2 for PS4, saying that the top faceplate flexes way too much, like with a lot of pressure.
Oh, really?
Which I found was kind of interesting. I did see old Mr. Markman was immediately responsive on Twitter. Mark Julio, of course, is the representative for TE2. And I have to shout that guy out because I see people complain about the stick or whatever, and he's always very responsive, like immediately on Twitter to jump the line and be like, what's going on, what's the problem? He's really trying to keep the rep up very high.
Cool.
This being a shootout video, and we're trying to decide which one is the better purchase, we have basically, $100, $120, $200, $220.
It really comes down to how much do you want to make the stick your own, I would say. Because this wins out hands down in terms of customization and mod. Not that you can't with this, but with this able to design your own graphics and easily put them in, that's a win here. But really, honestly, they're both perfect sticks. It comes down to preference, guys. This is heavier, this is weightier, this is girthier. This one is hard as fart to get.
It's super tough to get. Its availability, hopefully they'll increase that production later on down the road. But these guys are hard to come by. This guy's super easy to come by. I'd say the big benefit to this guy is the price. Competitively, this guy hangs with that across the board. You just can't make it as pretty overall, but in terms of what it actually does, it does everything just as well.
Yep.
So it's really tough to say, like, I can't badmouth either of them. I think they're both amazing products. And if you told me, like, oh, hey, I got a TE2, I'm like, cool, man, good for you. You're like, I got a RAP 4. I'm like, cool, man, good for you. Yeah, like, no change in that.
No, absolutely. Yeah. I partially favor this in terms of because price and availability, but since I'm an artsy guy myself and I like shit to look like shit.
Both of us have a little graphic design background, so it's fun to create not only one background, but even multiple backgrounds.
Yep, so I truly enjoy it. But I mean, you love the stick you have, really what it comes down to, you know. So really when it comes down to this shootout, we can now say, I actually don't mind your fat stick.
I like your fat stick.
Maybe our fat sticks can live in the same city.
There's room enough for the both of us. Yes, there is.
Yeah, there's room.
So, if you do have questions about it,
Twitters.
Absolutely.
Or comment on the YouTube video, or send us a carrier pigeon. We'll,
God, I get like 6 carrier pigeons a day. So
it's just so
responding
difficult.
to them is difficult.
Yeah,
really
because
is.
it's such a delayed.
It is.
It's a delayed conversation. It's like when you're trying to talk to someone on Twitch. Just like add a couple
30 seconds off.